related to that, Vic? The first time that you guys are facing a deficit in these playoffs. Curious to see if you're gunning for Sunday and a response here in Game 4.
Of course. I mean, it's my first playoffs. It's the first playoffs for many of us. Of course, there was going to be hard trials, It's to be expected. But now we're going to see what we're made of.
Spurs dominate. Game 4, winning 103-80. The first half was very telling in this game. The message was clear. The others are going to have a very limited role in this game. First half was arguably more physical from San Antonio, but you knew they would be. I think they had heard enough about the early 15-0 lead being a forgotten memory by the end of Game 3. They took it extremely personal, and Wemby set the tone. Every shot was contested. They reverted back to the original game plan we saw from Game 1. Guard SGA, straight up. Be physical, be disciplined, and limit the impact of the others. Thunder shot below 40% the first quarter, while the Spurs shot 40% from deep to get out to an early lead, 28-19 after 1. This is where things could have gone either way. We know that OKC are the champs for a reason. When they flip that switch, they can take it to a level not many teams can get to. The Spurs stayed locked in. The defense we saw the first 5 minutes in Game 2 was the exact same fight we got in the second. Even when OKC tried to make a few runs to get close, San Antonio responded, and Wemby made sure he didn't let them take their foot off the gas. There was a moment halfway through the quarter where Wemby and Fox had a conversation about them being in the bonus and being in attack mode the rest of the half. That culminated in a half-court heave from Wemby that was nothing but net. That momentum carried over, and the Spurs looked like the team that won 4 out of 5 versus OKC in the regular season. Castle, the Cell, Fox, and Wemby was all gas and no brakes. Shout out to Jacob Fatu. They were fully aware that Mitchell wasn't there. J-Dub was still out nursing his hamstring, and McCain was having an off night going 1 for 10. Jalen Williams went 1 for 7 on the night after going 5 for 7 in Game 3. Case and Wallace also struggled from the field. They kept the pressure on and made SGA uncomfortable all night. He looked like more of what we saw in the Lakers series instead of how comfortable he was in Game 2. Wemby put up 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Fox's presence has done wonders for this team. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists and 0 turnovers. That seemed to rub off onto Castle, who only had 1 turnover in tonight's game, along with 13 points and 6 assists. They survived off nights from Vassell, and Keldon Johnson has yet to get things right this series. But the game ball has to go to Mitch Johnson. The marks of a great coach is making adjustments game to game. And after what took place in Game 3, to get the appropriate response and energy and tenacity from his guys, he made the adjustment to his coverage of SGA and how he covered the others. But also, you can tell that there is a level of trust he has from his players. There's very few coaches in NBA history that has had to follow an all-time great, have the trust of that all-time great, and empower you, and you proved that decision to be the right one, game in and game out. Eric Spoelstra is one, and Mitch Johnson is another. This is the type of response you would expect from a Greg Popovich-led team. To see that tonight, Mitch Johnson will lead this team to a championship one day, if not this season. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments. Have the Spurs solved the SGA problem? That's one more for the good guys.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance.